YouTube family, oh my god, it's been too long. I think it's been almost 3 weeks, might even been a little bit more since I posted my last video. It was like a quick vlog on why I think the resale game is dying, but that's not what I'm talking about here today. Today I'm going to be doing a video on how to be successful in 2018 in reselling, whether that be Supreme, Palace, sneakers, anything revolving like Hypebeast, Streetwear, and sneakers. I'm going to be giving you guys the game to elevate your reselling to at least make around $500 to $1,000 a month. I generate around roughly about $600-700 a month in reselling, so I'm gonna give you guys the game that I have progressed to and how to elevate yourself from not copying any shoes to making minimal profit to making marginal amounts of money a month, where you can almost say, hey, I can almost become a reseller full-time. Obviously, reselling full-time is not really a profession because taking L's and, you know, there's so many things that can go wrong and you can lose so much money. So I wouldn't recommend you quitting your job or dropping out of school to become a reseller. But if you do plan on having it as a side hustle and you have enough free time on the side to, you know, accumulate funds and invest into this business, which is sneakers and streetwear, which it is a business, then if you know what you're doing and you're doing it correctly, it will spit out money for you and you will retrieve some revenue. But before we get into the video, I'm gonna just show you guys, I got a couple of shipments in today. These kind of bricked really hard, and by brick I mean resale is down the fucking poop chute with these shoes. Like, they look crazy. Like, I think the design on this shoe is insane. You got your Chicago one side and you got a bread one side here on this. This is a size 6. I mean, if I didn't cop them in my personal size, I probably would keep them because I think these shoes are dope, but I didn't get any of these in a personal size. I got a 10.5, a 13, a 6, and I got a 7 and a 7.5 coming in later. Right now I only have the 6, the 13, and then the 10.5 in hand. But anyways, that's these sneakers right here. So just to give you guys like a marginal like kind of calculation about how much I'm about to make from this batch. So I got about 6 of these. I got one of them got canceled, so I have 5 actually. 5 of these shoes, retail was $160. Let's just say that you make $50 per shoe, which is decent. So you're making around $250 for one release. If you get 5 pairs of shoes, $50 profit per shoe, you're making $250, which isn't bad at all. So what I'm going to incorporate into this video is how you guys can optimize, 1, the amount of shoes you get, 2, what steps you need to take to get these shoes, and 3, what shoes you should actually be going for and the sizes for those specific shoes. So let's jump right into this video, man. Let's get it. Alright, yo, I'm back. I'm gonna try to keep this segment kind of short. I'm not too sure how short I'm gonna be able to keep it, but I'm gonna try to speed this process up and make it as detailed as possible at the same time, because it's gonna be a lot of knowledge that I'm about to instill into this video. So let's get right into it. Making marginal profit in the sneaker game is something that not only takes skill, it takes time to learn how to get to this point. Obviously everyone started off from somewhere. I started off about a year ago, and I actually got really lucky for my first few drops. If you've been following me for a long time, you know that I cooked the North Face Parka mountain jacket and a size small. So I got lucky and I made about $1,500 worth of profit in like my first month of resell, my first few months of reselling. So that kind of boosted me into having enough money to pay for other things that you would need in reselling. So if you're not really as lucky as I was, I'm going to talk about the steps to get to where you need to be in reselling so that you can make more money. So the first step, and this is kind of obvious for reselling, what you're going to need is you're going to need bots. People that are watching this that are still team manual in 2018, you are being left in the dust by computer programs that will out-type you and out-order you every single time. Whether it's Supreme, there's always a bot that's going to be faster than your autofill. Whether it's any other Shopify site, Nike site, you're not going to have a monitor that's fast enough to check out faster than a bot. It's just not happening. It's not possible. So my recommendations is, and this is pretty important, obviously if you don't have enough money when you're first starting off, you're gonna really want to invest in the best bot possible. So when I first started off, I had Heated Sneaks, which is a pretty beginner bot. You know, everyone goes through their beginner bot phases when you go and buy heated sneaks and AIO bot and things of that nature. So what you really want to look for and do your research on if you're just getting started out is what bot is the best bang for its buck. So right now you have Dashe, which is still pretty relevant. You have Eve, which is a bot that's on the come up. They restocked June 2nd. If you're watching this video, you should definitely go check out Eve Robotics on Twitter. They restocked June 2nd. And then you have a whole bunch of other sites that, other bots, that only work for specific sites. So I'm gonna go down the list of website hosting platforms and the bots that you should cop for those specific website hosts and website domains that you're going to be copying from. So from Shopify, obviously CyberSoul, that bot is retailing now for $1,500 and more. So if you can get a copy of that, if you have enough money, you should definitely go for it. If you don't, it's okay. You can settle for a Dashe. Dashe is just as good if you run it on a server. They have a really good developer. So Dashe is Shopify. And then also really good on Shopify is what I was just talking about is Eve. Eve is on the come up. Please do not sleep on Eve. That bot is absolutely amazing. Go over and try to cop a copy from the restock. It's June 2nd. So that's Shopify. 3 bots that you have for Shopify. CyberSoul, Dashe, and you have Eve. You can also go Taskbot, even though Taskbot's pretty washed now. You can get it for a little bit above retail. Retail is $250. Developers kind of slacked off. But so for let's go into Nike. Nike is where a lot of money is to be made. Like the sneakers app, this is where probably you can make the most amount of money, which is in the sneakers bots. The bots that are working for the Nike / sneakers draw and first come first serves, the bots are extremely expensive resale and pretty pricey for retail, but in my opinion they're the best bang for its buck because you can win multiple entries of shoes. And what these bots essentially do is they enter your Nike accounts into the raffle. So it's essentially like playing the lottery. If you're playing the lottery and you buy more than one lottery ticket, it increases your chances of winning the lottery. But we're talking about a sneakers draw. So obviously, if you only enter one time, your chances to winning are slim to none when you have people entering 500 accounts. So let's say you enter 500 accounts, you can win 20 shoes, maybe 5 or 7 of them might get canceled. You're still walking away with 10, 15, 13 pairs of shoe. And especially if it's an off-white drop or a really popular Jordan shoe, you can make $100 to $500, $800 profit per shoe. So you got to think of it as a return investment. Yes, the bot will cost you $200 to $400. Yes, I have to pay $200 worth of my own money for Nike accounts, and yes, I have to pay $200 worth of my own money in proxies. But let's say you're going for an off-white release. The off-white ones just dropped yesterday. They're reselling for around $1,200 right now. I got 1 pair. Let's say you ran your Nike bot and you put $600 worth of revenue into this bot. If you get 10 pairs, you're walking away with at least $10,000. So you're making back $8,800. But that's just numbers. That's obviously not if you're starting out. So if you're starting out, if you're only looking to buy one bot, I do recommend you either buy a Shopify or a sneakers bot. There's 2 sneakers bots that I recommend is Ghost, which is probably the most popular, and then you have Sneaker Emoji. I wouldn't recommend DNA and I wouldn't recommend Viper, just because DNA doesn't have a UI yet and Viper is relatively new, so I would wait for a little bit more of like talking about it. So let's just say you don't have any money starting out, you only have $100. What do I do? So what you can do for $100 is not necessarily so much, but this is kind of how I started off. You can go and invest into ForceCop, which is a really cheap Google Chrome browser bot. So what that means is that it runs through your Google Chrome on your desktop and it searches for the product when it drops on Supreme. So let's say you're going for a nice jacket in size small or extra large. Those 2 sizes sell for the most money. Jacket costs you $100 and you resell it for $200. So then you have made $100 off one jacket. So then now you have $200. Okay, so then you go and buy a Nike bot and you just keep increasing your revenue. It's a slow but steady roll, and once you get up to having about $2, $3, $4, $5, $10,000, then the more money that you put into your business and your sneaker revenue and whatever you are reselling, the more money you put into it, the more money it spits back out. So it's a slow, steady roll. I would say in the past, this isn't that great of a number, but in the past 6 months, I've probably made, give or take a few, about $8,000. You also have to be careful where you buy proxies from, where you buy your Nike accounts from, which bots that you purchase. There's a whole, you can get scammed. There's a whole bunch of factors that play into purchasing things that will help you in the sneaker game. I'm not sure if this is going to be the last topic that I cover, but this is also extremely important. You need to join a cook group that is relatively popular already. Not necessarily have to be the most popular. I'm a part of Bentley Monitor, ran by a friend, Oliver. We have a bunch of great members inside of the Discord. It's not only a monitor, it's advertised as a monitor, but we have a pretty decent community, and it's more of like a cook group because people are always helping each other inside of the group. So shout out to Oliver and Bentley Monitor and all the cool people that are inside of the video, inside of the Discord. But anyways, the reason why you want to join, this is really important, why you want to join a Discord is because there's always going to be someone in the sneaker community that knows more than you and that has more knowledge than you. So when I joined the Discord about 3 months ago, there were a lot of people in there that were really helpful. They were giving me tips and tricks on how to cop sneakers, what delays I should use in my bots, whose proxies I should buy, what servers I should run my bots on, who to trust, who not to trust, what sizes to cop shoes from. I was all relatively new. I just knew Yeezys. I just cop Yeezys when they come out on Yeezy Supply. I didn't know these shoes would have resale or these would have this amount of profit. This size would have the most profit in this shoe, this size wouldn't. So joining a cook group is really important because there's people in there that are probably way more experienced than you and that can instill knowledge in you in the sneaker game. So really help you maximize your profits. Usually they charge in between $15 to $100 a month for a cook group. I currently pay $30 for mine, which is not that much. I make that money back tenfold every month. So investing in a cook group is something that you really should do. But yeah, lastly but not least is the sizes. Sizes are really important, and quantity. We're going to cover sizes and quantity per shoe. So to maximize profit, obviously you're not going to get that much profit from one shoe. When you start off, you might not have that much money, so you only might have enough to buy one shoe. Or if you can borrow other people's cards to cop multiple shoes and pay them back for the retail price, that's even better. But anyways, when you're copping sneakers, there's always going to be sizes that sell for the most. So for example, yesterday the UNC Off-White ones just dropped on Nike. I got a money size. I got a size 8.5, which is currently selling for around $1,500 to $1,700, and that's one shoe. $190 I paid for the shoe, and it's selling for close to $2,000. It's dropping really quickly towards the $1,000 side, but since I got a money size, I will make more profit off of that one shoe. So these cook groups that you're going to be a part of, they're going to most likely tell you what sizes you should go for, and if it is better to go for one money size or multiple of less profitable sneakers. So you always got to take in the risk factor, because if you go for one shoe in a money size or 3 shoes in a less popular size that'll make you the same amount as the one money size, you gotta weigh your options. Do I have enough probability that I will get the money size, or should I just go with the 3 shoes that are making me less profit, but will I actually get these 3 shoes and make just as much money as if I got a money size? So that's all really important information. You can do your research on which size to sell for the best. I can tell you this right now, in Yeezys, size 8.5, 10.5, and any size behind size 13 go for the most. So it's usually the sizes that either make the most stock or the least amount of stock, because The bigger sizes usually have the least amount of stock behind size 13, and then 8.5 and 10.5 have the most stock. So it's all about supply and demand and marketing. So if you use all these tips and tricks and you resell a lot, also reselling platforms. StockX is terrible. Do not sell on StockX. They will take so much of your money, and you might, if you buy on StockX, you might even get some fakes. I do not condone selling on StockX at all. I recommend selling on Goat. I recommend selling on Instagram, and I recommend selling on eBay. eBay and in person are the two best. Goat is pretty good as well, but eBay and in person, if you can sell your shoes in person, you'll make the most money, because you not only have to pay for shipping and handling, you don't have to worry about the fees that these reselling sites charge you. It's ridiculous. But anyways, hope you guys did enjoy this video. It's probably pretty long. I'm not too sure how long it's gonna be. I tried to summarize it, how to maximize your profit to get around $1,000 a month in reselling. This past month I've already made about $600-700, not including the UNC Off-White ones that just came out yesterday. Those are gonna sell for about $1,500 for me, so that means this month I've made over $2,000 just in reselling sneakers and Supreme. So again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been your boy Don. I apologize for the inconsistency in posting, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. We out. Peace.